Well, let's get to our forecast. 52 degrees. It has been windy today for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I did take a walk. I had a hat on and I was just basically holding the brim the whole time.
Yeah, just driving. You know, we worry about high profile vehicles, but just driving into work today, you can really feel the wind kind of buffet the car a little bit. And we could see the wind in the mountains because of the snow's on the ground, but I just watched the clouds. These are gorgeous, these cumulus clouds moving across. Sometimes some alto cumulus clouds coming over the mountains, but a fresh blanket of snow up there at Beach Mountain Club. We still have high wind warnings right now through tonight. The wind will subside by tomorrow morning, but it's going to be a howling night tonight again. And remember, we're in our windy season. March and April are the windiest time of the year here in the Carolinas and Charlotte in particular. So we're already above normal so far for the month. Again, we're only about 5 days in so far, 6 days in. We're averaging about 10 miles per hour. Our normal average is about 8.4, which ties April for the windiest month of the year on average. Temperatures out there tomorrow are going to be a little warmer. If we didn't have the cloud cover, we'd easily be in the 70s. And because we're going to get rid of that cloud cover on Saturday, we will be in the 70s on Saturday. Southwesterly flow will move in. That will give us some sunshine, so better day on Saturday. But Sunday, with a system passing to our south, looks like the rain's going to miss us, but could help out the folks down in Myrtle Beach. Shift in the wind and some clouds will keep us just a little bit cooler. So if you're planning your weekend forecast, Saturday, definitely the day I would be outside getting some outdoor activities in. I know a lot of baseball practices and soccer practices are starting up this weekend. Usually the time change weekend is when we saw a lot of spring sports because you can practice later into the evening. Sunday, a little bit cooler temperatures, again in the low 60s. And speaking of that time change, that does happen this weekend. We jump ahead 1 hour on Sunday morning from 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. Sunrise on Monday morning, 7:41, so a bit later, but the sunsets, they will be later as well. We're going to see that basically around 7:26 in the evening. So remember, change those batteries in your carbon monoxide or smoke detectors. At least check them. And also check the expiration date. Carbon monoxide detectors expire. The chemical sensor on there only lasts for so long. So make sure you check the expiration date on those. You might need a new one. 11.3 and 11.5 for your very high pollen levels the next couple of days. On Sunday, a little bit lower because of a shift in the wind, but we will see warm temperatures all next week. So I expect the pollen to get really bad next week. It'll be windy, dry, and we're certainly going to see warm temperatures. So the trees are going to be budding and producing a ton of pollen. We're going to get into the southwesterly flow next week, right out of southwest. You know, I call that the blowtorch, warm air. So that blows the pollen in from Georgia and South Carolina up into our area. So we start to see the tree pollen, especially the pine pollen, get super high in this kind of setup. And the next front doesn't arrive until next weekend. So temperatures warmer the next couple of days, a little cooler this weekend, Sunday, Monday, but next week, here comes the warmth. And in fact, your Guy Roofing 7-day forecast, look at all this warm air next week. We'll show you the 10-day forecast because once we get into the 70s and near 80, we're going to stay there most of next week into next weekend.